Hey guys, welcome back. We had a good day in the market. It's March 3rd, it's Friday. We're gonna look at some SPY action, some technical analysis on SPY, GNS, ALA, BBBY, of course, GME. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT, and get on our Discord server. Link for both of those are in the description. SPY continued that rally from yesterday. We called it out in yesterday's video. That was a massive move that Bostic started. And we got a huge engulfing candle, and followed by a gap up and a gap and go. SPY's up 1.5% today. Volume was lower yesterday, and it might even be lower today. We'll see it close. We've got about 45 minutes. So not showing a whole lot of strength, but there is still maybe potential for some more rallying before another top. I see this as maybe the next point up, that 408. 34, which would be a gap fill, as well as a resistance up here. So that could happen next week. We do have Fed speakers. I think we've got PAL, we've got data again next week. So could be turbulent one way or the other. I did some future trading today. I was fighting the trend all day for some reason. Even though I said yesterday, engulfing candle, we're gonna rally. I was trying to go short here, kept cutting small losses. Finally went long. Somewhere, made a little bit, closed, went short, and then rip, closed, and then I went short up here. So I think we'll probably come down now. I've got 45 minutes. VWAP's way down here. I don't think we'll come that far down, but if it does by end of day, then I wouldn't be as bullish into Monday. But a hold above, I think, like 402 or 403, any of these levels, even a hold above 401, I think we'll be pretty bullish into Monday, into next week. We'll just see what data comes. BY did have its first red day, which we're going to look at. GME rallied with the market actually pretty strong, up 3%. Still very low volume, but it is looking like it's bottomed, and we might not see these 15, 16 numbers. This is why yesterday I closed my puts, and I was starting to open up calls. It just showed relative strength, and then yesterday's candle ended up being a hammer, and yeah, so probably going to keep opening up calls on this next week, or end of March to cover earnings, and then some leaps. But yeah, today pretty mellow price action to the upside, kind of a little inverted head and shoulders of sorts. Just kind of rejected that resistance from before, this like 19 level. So see if it kind of consolidates down here and then bust through that to the upside. That 1940 of course is a big level. There's SPY coming down. BBBY came down. It is Friday. There's a lot of options, open interest on the $1.50, so I predict they'll try and keep it under $1.50 coming into close here. But everything still looks good. Just nice consolidation at this low, but we still have that engulfing candle. We still have signs of a bottom and a reversal. So inverted head and shoulders here, you can see pretty clearly on the hourly with the shoulder and a head. We do have a little bear flag right under the 9 and bearish MACD here, so maybe come down a little bit on Monday, but it's possible it doesn't. We just rallied at any point. On the daily, MACD still hasn't crossed bullish, but they can't erase that engulfing candle, so that's there, and that makes me bullish for that being the bottom. And yeah, 4 hours still looks good. Got everything basically on the hour that we like to see, that inverted head and shoulders. Bullish MACD, this one has green over the 9, so this time frame you're not seeing that little shorter term bear flag. And yeah, so either one could hold up. Really just a nice opportunity to load up here at these prices. I did more cash secured puts and more shares today. I actually did some covered calls. We'll get into all that. It's kind of weird. GNS is up 60% today. We were watching this on stream. Some of you guys would come in and ask, you know, what's a good price? Some of you guys are asking even on the way up. And I was showing there's RSI divergences, so it's probably going to reverse. It actually held up better than I thought, but didn't end up coming down after that. So then it was bearish, and I just started drawing support levels, and kind of the last one I drew down here is what it bounced off of, which is that 2150. It bounced off it heavy, and that happened this morning. So Ace on stream called it out like 10:30. It had already made like, not a crazy move, it was up like 5% I think at that point, maybe 10%. So yeah, it made another 60% from there to the high, and now it's holding up above VWAP coming into the close. So next week it could honestly keep rallying. It's got a nice bull flag on it. I would expect it to kind of bounce and then consolidate this level, but how strong it is, it might have another big rally early next week on GNS there. And Kala, we mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned in the video, I was on stream mentioning it yesterday here when it was at this price. It was looking nice. It set up an engulfing candle yesterday. The same sort of setup as BBY really, so not to say it always happens like this, but you could have expected this on BBY. This was a possibility for after that engulfing candle. Said it's doing this engulfing candle, now consolidating. But this one gapped and went, and things up 56% now. Still looks good. Upside, I mean, it's running pretty hot. So yeah. I'm not sure. Coming into end of day, if it's strong, that could be good for next week though. Not a big sell-off on Friday is good. Turka, this one, if it holds this kind of bull flag level, that'd be good. 50 cents or so coming into Friday as well. This one's running hot, but that strong into Friday is definitely solid, and it still has this little gap up here to 64 cents. So that is nice. GTII made a nice move today. Not kind of an inverted head and shoulders there today. Yeah, you're getting an engulfing candle today on GTII, so might continue to have a move up. Let's see. Yeah, got a tick up on the RSI there. This chart isn't quite as clean, but still okay. Nat Gas made a big rally today. Oh yeah. So I'm up to 5 contracts, 5 mini contracts on here. I'm tempted to always like take profits and like, no, I can't do it. So on dips I've been buying, but it's hardly dipped. So a pullback maybe at some point. Maybe this 890 level. On the futures it hit that even 3, which on UNG is like 10. So that's kind of a resistance. So might pull back, but I don't know. 8.4% today and still strong. We've been calling this one out since it's been kind of inverting, this inverted head and shoulders down here. That was pretty significant. And yeah, I started building up a position here. Once it broke that, I closed it and then started building it back up here. And I think my cost basis is like somewhere around here now. Back this kind of the same level I guess I was at. But upside on this one, we got a gap fill up here. It's a little different on the futures, but lots of gaps on the way up. If you look back to here, you've got levels at 1120, but the closer last really support is this one, which is $16. So still a huge upside from here. You know, almost 100% where we're at. So we'll see. I mean, not to say it'll make it that far or it'll go straight up, but it's got momentum, it's got volume on UNG there. And let's see, Kala. So here are the trades. Yeah, I was trading SPY's kind of holding up here. We'll see. 30 minutes. I traded small micros today, so took some loss on those. Just killing losers quickly. One of my notes. But still have these 5. So these 5 nat gases. They're up nice. It's 31,000 in notational value. So, you know, 100% move on that's 31K basically from $2.50 in the futures. That'd be nice to get. I don't know if that'll happen or not. Maybe not without news, but we'll find out. I mean, it was trading up there before, just a couple months ago. So here's little micros I'm in right now, and then today, yeah, I just basically scalp those back and forth. And then on the options, my buying power is all weird again. Like I have it and I don't. GME's coming down there a little bit. Let's see, what do we do? Oh yeah, so I got yesterday at close. I tried to get COSM shares, COSM, and I accidentally bought more BBBY. So I got another 1,000 shares of BBBY, and COSM actually ended up making a move today. And then so my call debit spread is now showing as a covered call, if that makes sense. I had a call debit spread on BBBY. So now I have, but actually I closed some of the covered calls because they were up. I might even close some more of them and then open some up next week. Probably a good idea. But yeah, so I'm basically now turning my call debit spread into just long calls, and I have 1,000 shares and on this account and covered calls. Kind of a mess, but that's fine. I'll have some theta farming going on here. Cash secured puts on BBY this morning. I closed on the long term. Here's my GME 18.5 calls for end of March. And then I've got leaps. Let me show you guys some leaps on this account, which I'd like to get more of maybe next week. Wait, these expire today? Oh, I need to get these. Whoops. Okay, I need to roll these. I'll roll these after the video. 2.5. I'll probably roll these at 2.5 for next week. Maybe try and roll it down, but probably just 2.5 for next week. And then the long term, I closed out of my 1.5 cash secured puts for today, thinking they'd probably try and close it below 150. And here we are right at like 150. So we'll see. I basically made, I think, 80% overall on the position. So don't have those anymore. I did buy another like 4,000 shares. Yeah, another 4,000 shares on BBBY today. We were barcoding at like 147. And yeah, I might do cover calls tomorrow or on Monday on it and just kind of day trade them on here. And yeah, cash secured puts, maybe more of those. We'll just have to see. The premium is definitely nice for cover calls and cash secured puts. I got to roll that. But follow us on Twitter. Might have our Twitter spaces. Otherwise, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.